there, and welcome to part 5 of our look at Freezerworks Pinnacle. Well, last time we enrolled patients in our study, so now it's time to prepare for visits to take place by pre-generating the expected sample and aliquot data, aka creating kits. By creating kits, you'll be able to plan your visits and print labels that your clinics will send back with the kits, samples, and/or aliquots to scan during receiving, all matching the pre-generated data. There are 3 ways to do this in Freezerworks 2018. Let's go through each one. First, let's talk about Agnostic Kits. If you are creating kits and sending them to clinics to be used as they enroll patients and host visits, you will want to go this route. To do this, we need to open our study's configuration. So go to Configuration, Configure Studies, click Studies, and open our study. And then we'll go to the Visits page. Now you'll need to select the arm you want to create kits for. We'll start with Active Group 1. The next thing we need to decide is which visits we want to create kits for. Use Ctrl or Shift-click to highlight your selection. I'll just highlight them all. Then click Create Kits. The Generate Inventory Data for Kit Creation overlay will appear. It will list the visits you selected and include the number of samples and aliquots expected at each visit. Simply enter the number of kits you want to create for each listed visit. Then click Generate. A dialog will appear indicating that samples and aliquots are being created. You'll then come to the Print Labels overlay. You'll see this overlay every time you create kits, no matter what route you go. You can send kits out with visit labels, which are attached to the kit, sample labels, or aliquot labels, depending on how you'll be receiving samples in the end, as a whole visit kit, as individual samples, or broken down into aliquots. Each type of label can be printed, of course. Just decide which label you want to print, and use the Printer and Format drop-downs underneath the desired label type. If you need to create a label format before printing, please do so. You can always come back and reprint labels for existing kits. You'll next want to indicate how many labels per record you want printed. Then click the respective Print Labels button. I'll just go with 1 label and click Print Labels. Alright, so I've printed my visit labels. I could do the same with sample and aliquot, but since I'm done, I'll just click Done. Now, to see the kits created and reprint labels if necessary, go to the Manage Kits page. It will list each visit that has kits created, how many have been created, how many have been returned, and how many are still outstanding. A little snapshot of how your study's doing. To reprint labels, simply highlight the desired visits and click Print Labels. Now let's return to the splash screen and go to the next form of creating kits. Imagine my job every Sunday is to prepare kits for the upcoming week's expected visits, possibly for multiple studies. To do this, I'll select Inventory Management and then Create Kits by Date Range. There are 3 steps to this process. First, enter a start and end date to search for expected visits. I'll just start with this week and end on next week. Like I've said in past videos, expected visit dates are calculated by the intervals chosen during modeling and the enrollment dates of participants. When you click Next, Freezerworks will list every study arm that is expecting visits in the date range provided. Check on the study arms you want to create kits for, or you can check on Select All Studies, and click Next. I'll just go with my Active Group 1, and then move forward. Now Freezerworks lists the participants enrolled in the selected studies that have expected visits in the date range provided. Check on the participants you want to create kits for, or just go with Select All. I'll check on Select All. Then click Next. Now you are taken to the list of visits you'll be creating kits for. The numbers at the bottom give you some detailed info about what you are going to create. Use the list view as well to make sure you did select the correct dates, studies, and participants. If you need to start over, click Start Over. Otherwise, click Create Kits. You'll see the same label printing dialog as before, and it works just the same. This time I'll print sample labels. When you're done, click Done. Now, the final way to create kits is individually, by participant. You can do this as you enroll patients into your study or after the fact. Just open the desired patient, go to the study enrollment page, then open the desired enrollment. I'll go with My Study. Then click Save and Create Kits. All visits will be checked here, so simply check off any that you don't want to create kits for. Then click Create Kits. The same label printing dialog appears. Use it just the same. And I'll print aliquot labels this time. Again, click Done when you're done. To take a look at a patient's individual kits, go to the Manage Kits page inside the patient record. It's much like the Studies Manage Kits page. It provides information about the status of the kit and the date of completed visits. If you need to reprint any labels, highlight the desired kits and click Print Labels. And that about does it for today's video. Join us next time when we receive some of these pre-generated samples and aliquots. Thanks for watching, and see you then.